What's going on, everyone? It's Dan here, and today is a very special day for me today. It is my 32nd birthday. Woo, okay. Anyway, for those of you who are not familiar with this video that I do this every year, not as a way to be like, yo, better give me some birthday wishes, man. I'll be very mad at you. No, it's not like that at all. Actually, because my birthday falls so early on in the year, it allows me to do two things. One, reflect on the year that I had of the previous age, and then kind of where I plan on going and what challenges I look to face and things that I'm preparing for the new year. So it's a great way for me to just kind of do some self-study almost and just kind of see what's been done, if there have been challenges, what kind of challenges, if I was able to overcome them, if there's new issues or if there's, things that have improved. I have to keep everybody kind of kind of letting them know where I am mentally, physically, things like that, just so you know what to expect from me, what I plan on doing to improve myself, what I've learned from the past year. It's just all about self-growth. That's the whole point of this video. So it's a great way for me to kind of communicate with you guys in regards to how I've been in the past year and what I plan to do to improve that or change things in the coming year. Now, 2022 was kind of one of those years that, like, it kind of has like an up and down, but I feel like that's every year. You could say that about every year, but with 2022, I feel like there have been a lot more changes on the channel in terms of we're setting into our groove. With 2020, I was coming off of, streaming from Facebook. You know what I mean? I was ending my contract with them, but I was also trying to restart my streaming brand here on YouTube, and it was kind of a feeling out process and things like that. And we ended up, I don't know, there was just like a few more hurdles we had to jump. Like we had those 3 months that there was no monetization. There was a lot of struggles, things like that. 2021 started to kind of pick up a bit more speed, get some traction, things like that. Not much change though in terms of, we're basically trying to get a big group of people who had watched me for however many years or for whatever series back in the day on this new format. You might as well start from scratch. That's basically the thing when it comes to changing formats. But I wanted to do something different. I wanted to keep streaming. I wanted to maintain that. That's the direction I wanted the channel to go. I do sometimes miss making non-live videos, but at the same time, there's such a detraction and there's such like a facelessness to doing non-live videos as opposed to live streaming, because live streaming is more than just playing a game and posting it or whatever to the internet. It's all about the communication with the viewers, with the fans. You know what I mean? And I feel like I think about those old videos that I used to make, and while I had people commenting, saying, various things, I had a very minor, relationship with my fans. It was one of those things where, yes, you see them, but when you talk with them, you reply to them, things like that, but you're not really engaging with them. So I know a lot of people may have been like, hey man, I was expecting this to be your channel to still have non-live video. I understand you doing live streams, but I mean, we missed the live or the non-live videos, and I can understand why people feel that way, especially when I started posting my 10-year anniversary of the KOTOR games this past year. KOTOR was one of the series that really grew my channel. It was one of the series that was the most, I guess, looked back on. When people say, oh, I subscribed for this game, it's almost always KOTOR. While there might be other series that have more views than it, but KOTOR is kind of like, when people think of like Star Wars KOTOR YouTubers, a lot of times people would mention my name. So it's one of those series that I hold very true to me. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. And obviously we replayed them this year, but for the first time we live streamed them. This was the first year that we'd actually played the game for the channel, and they were full live stream series. And it was very different because I was able to play, this whole game in this large amount of time, or in this small amount of time rather, a lot quicker. I can give more content to people. So in this past year, I feel like I played way more games, even though they did but they did alter from my original course of what people really subscribed for. I feel like people can understand and take away the fact that I need to evolve, I need to advance as a person, and my content as well. I can't be doing the same kind of stuff forever and ever, you know what I mean? I want to try and branch out, which is also what I'm doing with more and more clips. I don't know if some of you guys have seen that. I've been posting YouTube Shorts. I've been posting regular videos that are clips, just like, funny moments from my live streams, just so there is that non-live element and you guys can still see it and maybe encourage you to like say, hey, this is the kind of stuff that happens in a stream, or this is kind of something that's funny. So even if you don't catch the stream, you can get a chuckle, or you can get, just kind of view something quickly. I'm trying to do more and more things. I'm trying to reach out and advance the channel as much as I can. I'm trying to really, really improve to the best of my ability. Unfortunately, being live streaming so much and live streaming all the time and often, I don't know if you guys knew this, but when I noticed or knew this, when I first started streaming back in 2018, it was very difficult for me to post a 2-hour stream. I remember that was all that was required. When I was signed with Facebook, they had a certain amount of hours you had to reach, and I'm like, you know what, if I added up my hours for the month, if I stream this many hours every day, I'll be perfect. And that ended up being 2 hours every day. I still had my regular content throughout 2018 that you guys watched, and that was the priority, and I streamed at the end of the day. But as time went on, I had to change that. I had to go, oh, now I got to stream 4 hours. That was very difficult. 4 hours was almost impossible. I was like, man, I'm beat after 4 hours, because then I still had to record other gameplay after the fact. But now look, it's 2022, or it's 2023, I should say. In 2022, I should specify, we were doing streams that were like insanely long. Like we finished whole games in one day, like an 8-hour game, 8.5-hour game, 9-hour game, 9.5-hour game. We did it in one stream. And yeah, don't get me wrong, towards the 9.5-hour mark, 8-hour mark, I'm getting pretty beat. But think how much we've come. Like I can literally knock this stuff out, maintaining energy levels, things like that. I know it's something that people don't think about. Like people sometimes come back and be like, whoa, you're still going? A 6-7 hour stream, that is normal. That is completely normal stream time for me these days. It's so easy to just keep going because I get so into a game now, and then I get the audience with me and we're engaging back and forth, whatever. And it's just so fulfilling and it keeps me going. It's so much easier. I want to stay and hang out and just be with the viewers, and I feel like people who weren't necessarily watching me a lot when I was posting non-lives, now are watching almost every day just for the interaction, and even if they're not into the game I'm playing, which is really cool. So I do not regret changing to this full live stream format. I think it's been really important for me to grow as a person and as a creator. Obviously there's some things I'm working on and things I want to change going into the future. I will say, full disclosure, 2022 in a long time, I'd say in a long time, was probably the most rocky road up and down of, I guess, positivity for me, if that makes sense. So I would be really good, really, feeling good, feeling great, and then the next day or something, 2 days down the line, it would be the worst of the worst, and there'd be so much anxiety, so much stress, so much pressure felt. There was worries on everything in life, and I worried this and that still does happen. It actually happens quite a lot, but it's one of those things that's like the most difficult to get under control, and actually one of the most difficult things to actually turn around. One thing I will say, I'm trying to take mention, and I'm trying to look into and make sure I realize the little things that I'm changing, and make sure I understand that I am changing this. Even if it's small, it's something I have to look at and be like, hey, this is something I used to do, I'm no longer doing it, or vice versa. I didn't do this, now I do it for the better, you know what I mean? And I have to take that and use that and kind of keep climbing that ladder a little bit, one step at a time, because it takes a lot of work and effort, and obviously things are going to happen that are going to affect us mentally and obviously physically as well. And I feel like every single one of us can relate to the mental anxieties and stresses and even depression that people go through. I think everyone has that happen to them at some point. And it's so important to mention it and speak out about it, obviously. Like myself was going through, even like right now, a lot of high anxiety around this time of year. There's a lot of things that need to be done. You have to be there to perform. You're on this pedestal when you're streaming because a lot of days it's all about who's making the most money, who's got the best view count, who's got the most engagement, things like that. It's all about numbers. And it sucks because I felt it's always been about people as opposed to the numbers, because that's how my channel's always been. Ever since I created it, it's all been about playing games, having fun, engaging, chatting with the audience to the best of the ability, and obviously streaming has heightened that even more, because I think one of the reasons as well I wanted to stream too was because I was starting to get detached from my audience and I was stopping engaging. I'm like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to lose that connection or whatever connection I had in the comments section. So obviously streaming, you can elevate that and really improve things. And like I said, there are people, there are relationships, actual relationships you develop with people. You get to learn your audience. You get to learn what kind of people they are, what they're into, what they're not into, how they react to things. You know what I mean? It's all very, very important to learn people. And I've learned about a lot of people and what people are like. And you realize how many good-natured people are out there. There could be one guy, one individual who is just the most toxic, scummy individual, and that guy will still be outshone by these amazing individuals who don't get enough credit and who kind of fly under the radar. Because quite frankly, when people hear negativity, that shouts so much louder, because someone could say something like, man, you're looking great today. I mean, I love that shirt, or I like what you've done with your hair, or man, that was funny, or whatever the case is, and you might miss it. It might just go over your head, and you'll hear the guy who says one thing, you're stupid. Like, it could be something like that. It could be something silly like, you're stupid, or this sucks, or you're garbage, or something just really basic and bland, and you might latch onto that. And I'm one of the guiltiest parties of doing that. And in 2022, I did that a lot, and I will say, I reacted to things that I shouldn't have reacted to in the worst possible way, literally the worst possible ways. And I've been trying not to be that guy anymore, and I feel like I've made strides, especially in the last couple months. I've been trying to take that. Well, I slip up. I do slip. I'm not going to lie about that. There are moments where I do have outbursts. I don't want people to look at me as the streamer who's the guy who shouts at people. I don't want to be considered an angry streamer. You know, that's why I definitely wanted to stray away from those Dan Rants videos. Even though people enjoyed them, they thought they were funny. They understood that they weren't rooted in anger necessarily, but I didn't want that to be me. I didn't want people to associate me with that image, because that's definitely not who I want to be. Because I've had anger issues in the past, and I still do, but I'm trying to fix that for the betterment of myself, my channel, and obviously, of course, my family. That's the most important thing when it comes to this. I don't want anything to do with streaming to affect my mental well-being and my family's mental well-being and my energy reflecting off of them, or, you know, I don't want to do that. So I'm trying to adjust as many things as I can for them, and obviously for you guys as well, because I want people to come in. I've always said my streams are a safe place for everybody. You can be yourself and no one's going to judge you for it. And unfortunately, sometimes, I guess I will say I am still being myself. I will always be true to myself, and I will never be a fake person. If I'm pissed off at something, you're going to see it. And that probably won't change. I probably still will lose my temper at games and things like that. It's all part of the process, right? But at least I can say that is me. You know what I mean? And when the things that I do mess up on, or things I get goaded into, you know, like I into a reaction when I really shouldn't, that's development. So you might have the image of being someone who reacts and gets angry at people, but you can change that image. How you are is really what you define, not what you define yourself as, but by your actions. Like, so if you can actually change yourself and change your way of thinking to certain things, you will better yourself. And that is the new you. You know what I mean? That can happen. So that's what I'm working on the most, because I feel like if you can work on yourself first, and you can improve your mental state of well-being, and, you know, being actually proud and confident in your own skin, yourself, whatever, then the rest will come, and you'll exert like this positive energy, and people will want to be happy. People want to, like, you know, change themselves or like work. It's just a chain reaction. So that's what I'm trying to do. And I have noticed, like I said, a couple things I've done to adjust that and adjust myself. You know, I've tried to do a lot of things to really, really just be like, hey, no, like if someone says something stupid, it's like literally just trying before I react, or like indulge what I normally indulge in and just want to tell them to shut up or whatever and lose it on them or whatever. I think, hey, he's gone in a second. You don't talk to him, he's gone, it's gone. The problem's not even there. Why are you bringing it up? You're just making the problem last longer. It's gone, it's over. He said something, bye. Or some mods ban him, cool. No need to go on a rant, you got it, it's dealt with. That's the kind of mentality I want to really improve on. And I've been doing that more and more. So I'm hopefully for 23 trying to shut that out almost completely. Obviously mods and things like that for keeping that kind of stuff under control. Massive thank you to you. Without the mods, this would be a very out of control. The chat always gets a little out of control without the mods. So thank you to the mods, and obviously anybody else who supports and points things out. Trying to maintain a calmness. Like, we had a few games that got spoiled multiple times, not even by randos, but by like subscribers and things. So like, that was a very frustrating time, and I didn't want to be mad at the people who, you know, watch me or in my community, but it was very difficult to when people were doing selfish things like that. So it's just working on ways to deal with it, because you can't escape this kind of stuff. You can only learn how to deal with it properly and effectively. So that's my 2023, I guess, New Year's resolution, is to continue this change of mentality. And the thing is, I'm at the point, as I'm getting older and older, there is not a whole lot of time to really figure this shit out, because it takes a long time to really, for it to come into fruition and actually, you know, make a difference. So take the time now. That way you can enjoy the rest of your life without as much stress as you can, because a lot of it does start with you. So, you know, you might not start the problem, but how you finish it is really the most important thing. So that is what I'm focusing on. I know it sounds, you know, a little, I don't even know what you would call it, hallmarky or whatever, but I do believe that's something I want to work on. That's the most important thing. I don't want to be stressing out about things. I'm going to do everything I can to improve myself, improve my streams, improve my character, just improve everything without actually, you know, removing who I am as a person. Does that make sense? Without, you know, taking away the person that you guys subscribe for. So that's what it's going to be. It's a learning process. A lot of challenges ahead of us. I'm going to tackle it. Obviously couldn't have done it. Can't do any of it without any of you guys, my family, most important people. If I was by myself right now, it'd be a whole different story. So appreciate every single one of you guys. Obviously, it means the world to me that you even watch me. It means the world to me that you stick by me like you do, especially those who come to every stream every day. I see you. Trust me, I see you. So when people even take a break for a second, I haven't seen them in a month, and they go, yo, hey Dan, I don't know if you remember me. I'm like, of course I remember you. You were in like almost every stream, you know? I remember people like that, you know? Like, I joke about how crappy my memory is, but like, there's certain things, you know, I just can't forget. So just keep that in mind. You guys are appreciated, and obviously, thank you to everybody in my life who keeps me in check, who keeps me moving forward, who keeps me grounded, because like, everything is just, it's so easy to get lost in all the terrible things and all the negativity, and it's so easy to get sucked into that. So we just got to band together and be a good family, because that's what we are. We're all one big Team 8000 family, right? Fam Q 8000, I guess you could say. Anyway, guys, that's kind of my idea for the new year. Obviously, we got some more, hopefully I'm going to make some improvements and more better changes to the channel as well. Not talking about just, you know, personal stuff. You know, I'm trying to improve the quality of my streams. I mean, I've already been streaming at a higher quality, you know, 1440p, 60 frames. I'm trying to improve lighting. I want to do a ton of stuff that'll make the experience better for you guys. I'm trying to tackle more games. I feel like I've been doing really good at that. In the past year, I've been jumping into games that I haven't played. We're tackling way more games, which is awesome. Unfortunately, that does come with side effects, because some of those games can actually be absolutely infuriating to play. But there's been a lot of games that I was able to play that I would have missed had I not been streaming. You know, if I wasn't streaming, I wouldn't have had the time. I wouldn't have had the time for the format of the old videos. So I still feel like maybe there's something I want to bring back. There's maybe a couple of old, like, just straight up videos. Remember how I used to do vlogs just standing by a door or a wall or whatever, and I would just talk about stuff? Maybe I'll do that from time to time, you know, because I think it's important to discuss things. That was one thing I used to do, but I guess I kind of get it out in stream. But that's not really the place for that, you know? So there might be some things I want to bring back. Obviously, anything that you want to talk about or discuss, anything you feel like you want me to bring back in the new year, or you think you'd love to see in addition to the channel, any of the changes, improvements, that's the most important. I think me was the most important thing, you know, improving myself first, and then anything else we can kind of do along the way. So again, thank you everyone. Again, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for supporting with, you know, like going above and beyond by becoming a member, channel member, you know, sending super chats, you know, all that kind of stuff, buying the merch. There's all these people that are proudly repping the Dan Q8000 brand, and that is awesome, and I thank you very much, and I'm trying to give back as much as possible with more things linked to those. So thank you again, and obviously anybody who wishes, you know, happy birthday wishes, those are always appreciated. Thank you very much. I know you guys are gonna do it. You do it anyway. Even if I say don't do it, you'll still do it. So Thank you very much, though. I do appreciate it. I love each and every one of you. Thank you, everyone. It means a lot to me. If you did enjoy this video, obviously, be sure to leave a like on it. Helps out a lot. Comment your thoughts. What do you guys think should be going forward? What are you looking forward to in the new year? Please let me know. You guys are so vital to the channel, so I take what you say very seriously. So let me know your thoughts. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Turn on those post notifications, you guys. Those post notifications, if you don't do it, you might miss out on videos like this or streams. There's tons of stuff you might miss out. Click that bell icon. Turn all notifications on. Trust me, it's very important. Be sure to follow my socials as well. You can get in touch with me outside of YouTube. You can see behind the scenes, just some fun stuff, whatever. Those are linked in the description. Got a Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and a Discord for them. If you want to get a shirt or hoodie or mine and rep the brand like I was saying, there's a link in the description for that. Also an embedded feature below the video. You can scroll down and see some of the goodies I have down there. A big shout out to all the sponsors of the stream as well. DXRacer, Bones Coffee, Always Bearded, The Ridge Wallet, Matter Rabbit Tattoo, and Jinx Custom Controllers. I use all their products every single day, and you can check them out for yourselves with the links in the description. Make sure you use my promo code DANQ8000 to save at checkout with them. Finally, guys, like I said before, be sure to check out and sign up for the Team 8000 membership program. It supports the page a hell of a lot. There's 4 tiers to work with whatever budget you have, an entry-level, basic, premium, or ultimate. All 4 of those tiers have a wide variety of perks and obviously get better with more things at the top of the tier list. But that entry level, that is only 99 cents. So it's cheap and easy. It's cheaper than a cup of coffee these days. It's only 99 cents to get into it, and you'll get things like custom badges by your name, custom emojis used in chat, exclusive video and stream access, party and open lobbies, giveaways, discounts, and plenty more. And obviously, the more members we get, the more perks and things I can give to the program. So consider keep joining, keep signing up, working towards bigger and better milestones this year. I'm hoping by the end of the year we have over 300, over 400 members, maybe 500 channel members. I don't know, because I can't remember what we had at the start of last year. I think it was something like 60 or 70, maybe. I don't know, honestly, maybe 100. I can't recall. I'll have to check the post. But if we double it each year, so if we're at 230-ish, 220-ish, in there right now, let's just try and shoot for, let's say 450. Let's see if we can do 450 by the end of the year. So join the membership program. It supports the page a lot. Also, you can actually gift members if you're already a member. Just go to the support or the super chat area, in the chat where you can. It has to be done in a live stream. So if you go down there, and it has to be on desktop currently. They don't have the function available on mobile. You can gift 1 to 50. It's crazy how many members you can gift at a time. So give someone the gift of the DANQ 8000 membership program. Links are in the description to join that. There's a join button right below this video actually, and on my main channel page. But just if you can't find any of those, sometimes it doesn't appear for certain people. Use the link in the description. Just click that. It'll take you straight to where you need to go. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support in 2022, and I can't wait to share more experiences and grow with you guys in 2023. It's hopefully going to be a solid year. Thank you guys again, and let's hand things over to Knoxhill. Have a good one, guys.
Who's the man with the plan? If you feel trouble, wild and wild on these violent and hit you 8,000. Wait a minute, hold that stylist style. Damn, goddamn Billy Jack, we still riding, tires flat. I hear them sirens, see shots flying, so we driving, fire back if they ain't vibing. Lie with that, got me dressed up in all black. What up? Hood up, and I see them haters try to run with us. They gon' need inhalers. Gotta breathe them hard just like Darth Vader. Players, grab your respirators. Night invaders get lightsabered. Mask on for the shooters, move like trash to bed intruder. Got that Glock and got them woofers. Just press play, I'll keep it moving. Who is Knoxhill, you damn fools? Keep it fresh like canned food. There ain't nothing we can't do, so tune into that DANQ. Yeah. It was never, ever a game.